Lightning slash! Ninjutsu! Yeah! One with the wind. Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day. Take this! Can't catch me! Look at you, Food Hound!
Please, head straight on in.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
This could be an obstacle for Pantaloon.
Lightning flash! Bellowing thunder! Oz, reveal thyself! Shake your hamster! Take this! By royal decree, Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Please, head straight on in.
Ad Astra.
Ooh, you restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
to the letter, this should...
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid...
Wait! We're not the general public!
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the...
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that's a...
What kind of tea is this?
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that Dog Toma?
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically any...
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contract. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of... The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this step. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the... And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Huh?
Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did...
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look up. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally! So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be... snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. As I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh...
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one...
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps...
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a sword...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Let's see. What else do I have left to do today?
See, where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we...
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the vision. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him...
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We will gladly apologize if that's the case.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason. True, but that's not why And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never... I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to... But if you can't remember anything, it's... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit,
I keep a diary? If you say so.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few Interesting.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji. One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji. One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
This looks like Teijima's... Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was Black Snake. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. Seems like your average diary of daily village... Huh? Wait! There's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine. So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elements... Somewhere that Tejima visited. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a... It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place? So the reason Tejima came here, but he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up. Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamori and letter belong to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's still. It's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were... And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years... I think... maybe not. If this is something... Although... what if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find I didn't remember so much as her. When I think about it like that. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like... Thank you both for helping me reconnect. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the others. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. My own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the detail. All I know is that I will perform certain things every month. But I don't, and it's not just that. I have this
Does it have to do with the missing
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for my... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here and if you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Atsuko. I wonder what's on the other side of the ocean.
I sense the outside world.
Maybe you're... If you ever have any questions...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods, we really hit the jackpot.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be... Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on it. You demand!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Where's the treasure?
You're open.
Take this!
Picked.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal. Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, so he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew we shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box. Hopefully with... I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal. Now show us...
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here but I.O.
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our pet...
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Or perhaps
There's something you want to so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're...
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where... How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super...
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the pay... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started...
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy...
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculated. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency, and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained, and...
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from... Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, and why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle...
But we didn't buy...
Information is also a kind of commodity. Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can...
Confidential anyway.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can... What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did the...
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told, why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? Did you manage to track down the... But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant. This sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? I don't really have any such... It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. And why would I put myself in such All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed before he passed away. And said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hill. Can you recognize the words?
I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. Virtue and somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest, but what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperate. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally unable to be.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul. The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds this is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how...
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look... Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not... I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So, but if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Oke. Hah? Apa? Aku bar layat, guys. Cek mangan pi. Apa? Dan apa mangi? Iya, ket mau tak on ke kataku meh layat mau. Napa butuh bantuan apa we? Apa? Suara kamu pedot-pedot, Cuk. Ora piye kowe ngomong apa mau? Kuwi ning PC tak tinggal.
Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier.
Ning PC
You would have
kabeh
had to
kuwi.
witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him,
Apa nih?
she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people
Sabo.
were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away.
Oh, Nanda.
It looked like he was in great distress. He
Aku
was
mbok
covering
kita
his
balik
ears
sesi
and looking
soalnya ceritane
frantically
kok
around him with bloodshot eyes.
Dadi ora sampe dimakamke.
All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize.
Oh, kok ora
One of
diulang?
them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His
Iya,
senior,
wis
in
ben
fact.
lagi
But Sensei
anu
defeated him in a
tunggoni
duel
wae
many years
kesel
ago.
ya.
And he has been a wanderer ever
Kalau mau
since.
jarene OTW balik tapi ora ngerti mampir nang rono apa ora.
Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
Apa sih Yan?
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you catch up with me? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does.
Ya di-report aja sekalian, nggak masalah.
I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me?
Report.
We're the ones asking the questions here. And what are you doing
Cuman
sneaking
dislike
around these
nanggung.
parts? You
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with... I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's...
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Dia masih makan katanya.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and after that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his master. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction, I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, so you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exercise. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism...
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
Oh ya wes, soalnya ki sebelahku kipas, sebelah mic.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Laptopnya panas kok.
No,
Tak
I
kipasi
refuse
ben
to
gak
believe
sumuk.
it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please, try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai is...
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to...
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamity. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand... I must leave now. But we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled
Masih
all this way
malu-malu,
just to meet
kakak.
our sensei, we, the disciples of
Masih
Yoshi
polos.
Sweetheart.
Sure. After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Oke, pegawo. Tak yang ligo aku. Si Alip nelpon.
VGA sing wingi APS sing di 1650 apa sing 1060?
Delok regane nek regane padha mending jipuk 1060.
Bukannya ongkone gede 1650 ya, malah
1650 itu produk baru, tahun keluaran baru 2018 nek ya barengane nganu sih 10 barengane RTX 2000
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no. Also, is it just Paimon?
Berarti
Or
mending
did she look
1060
right at us
Ti.
just now?
Iya nek iso TI, tapi nek ra TI ora apa-apa.
Nek RAM ki kanan kiri kudu padha ra sih?
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
Ngertian.
Ya berarti ora usah dipethuk sik wis.
I'm
Rasa
sorry.
dipethuk sik,
It is
Jali.
clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
Then does that mean he...
Gak telit. Tak pikir Vega mau.
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he fought as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. It does nothing to prevent his... As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that...
Your school practices make Yoshi's sweet art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of... It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Even those... Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself.
Ayo main
As he
Genshin Yan.
battled his growing...
Neng HP
Much like a
J2
certain
Prime kan
fatally
jago
flawed
gitu.
friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
Duh, asma is lagi.
I'm sorry.
It's lifting.
It's all my fault. Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Onsai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far... It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak.
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if there's a chance they'll end up like me one day? I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the... I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually,
oh goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release your... You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Kyoshi, sweetheart. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make... Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then...
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
stay safe.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like, Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I just...
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not—
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the wind's assault, and the rain's descent. All these things take place with no but I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider— You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right— Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komore Tea House?
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on the— Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions. Most of them form— She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, She appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt.
How can they be like that? Paimon.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together to say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree. Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing any. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
Ooh, Paimon has a question though.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou.
Darn! So they found out about it?
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be... By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagonohara family. There, you will find someone...
handle your drink. Can I go catch up on...
I'm just a helper.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better believe me. You're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can't... Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and... Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh?
Shh. If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right, all right.
Wise choice. Oh.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him? This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoim.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island...
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake vision. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the...
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a... But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get... So, what about if I join you and...
Sure, welcome to the team! Ayaka...
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already...
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person up...
Not bad, huh? Let's go.
It's time to break...
Naganohara's fireworks are the best in Inazuma.
The hunt begins! Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay, I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. We should split up. I've got a little present.
You sure?
Yes, you too.
I must withdraw.
Talk about a big door! Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Time for retribution!
Lightning slash!
Clear cut!
I'm out of here! Think you can bully me?
I need to train harder.
Who goes there?
And away I go! Lightning slash! This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Teach me a lesson.
Soldiers, quick! Slash!
Thunderclap! Look at you, Foozia! Oh!
Watch your step.
Get them!
Allow me to strike first.
You cannot!
I need to withdraw.
I dare you!
I'm out of here!
Soldiers, quick! Retribution!
I've been bested.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Teach me a lesson.
I'm out of here!
Verdict is...
Take this! Bellowing thunder!
I dare you! Allow me to strike first! Watch your step!
I'm out of here!
Don't hold back! I dare you, bastard! Clear cut! I need to train harder.
And away I go! Lightning slash! Let's go, let's go!
I must withdraw.
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been—
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Make way. Let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulation.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself.
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Oh, Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Whoa!
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute! Oh.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judge... He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Leave this place.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujosara. Do you think she was making up for all the guards? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news? One with the wind.
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time, but if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, it is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration, and the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead—
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than you—
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma.
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
A hot pot game? What's that?
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of— Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play. Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. Ooh! Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies. Super! This is already shaping up to be a hot pot too.
Oh, my stomach! It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off in—
Who would have guessed that Toma would be the winner? He ate practically all those weird ingredients with—
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dango. Oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze— hold up, my life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it a night, everyone.
You've only got yourself to blame, Toma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of it—
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest—
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the god of— Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is— me.
Oh, bruh.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryou Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, and with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish to attend to.
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a seat.
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see—
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori tea house for a while. What?
What delicious tea.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance. But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Correct. It concerns my mother. This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that...
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast... So, I am very curious about this mysterious individual. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother. Someone with a lot of...
Paimon thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought, too.
So what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for you?
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her to... Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people.
You can count on us! We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious food.
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all.
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura text...
All right, sounds good.
I'll take care of it.
Can't touch me!
Burn!
Shake his hand, stir! the show begin.
Retribution!
Think you can bully me? Away I go! Can't catch me! Look at you, Booyah!
Kiss?
Can't catch me! Let's dance! Can't catch me! Think you can bully me?
Burn!
I'll protect us. Yeah. Away I go! Think you can bully me? Can't have your dream. Huh?
Verdict is... Time for retribution! Verdict is...
Shake it and stir! Let's dance.
Pay your dues.
Look at you, booze hound.
So soon.
Ninjutsu!
Time for retribution!
Let the show begin. Think you can bully me?
Leaving so soon.
Ready, steady, go! Ow.
Where did I go wrong?
Let's dance.
No escape.
I'm out of here. And away I go. Can't handle your dreams.
Damn you! There can be no excuse for defeat.
Show begin. Ow! Make my... Let's dance. Sister. Shake your hands. I'm out of here. Oh, it's not over yet. Oh, I smell wine. Can't touch me. And away I go.
No escape.
My flame has been extinguished.
Sweet dreams. Let the show begin. Let's dance. Let the show begin. Scratch! Away I go! protect us. I'm here.
I've become stronger.
Has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet. This world is full of unsolved mysteries. Take this! Lightning slash! Lightning slash!
This?
Thunderclap!
Time for retribution!
Can't catch me! Think you can bully me? Diana special!
Burning kiss? is.
Shake and stir. Can't touch me. Lightning slash. I'm out of here. Take this.
Time for retribution!
Take this. Lightning slash. Thunderclap.
Verdict is.
Shake it and Ninjutsu.
Time for retribution!
Lightning slash. Diana special. Shake it and stir.
Can't run from death.
Think you can bully me?
Verdict is.
Take this. Can't touch me. Lightning slash.
Time for retribution!
Take this. Look at you, Boozound.
retribution!
Make my escape. Come on out! I'm out of here! Think you can bully me?
Burn! Ha! Ha!
Ad Astra.
Guess we can rest a bit.